This story starts with an evening in May. I was as drunk as a fart and feeling rather slay. I had just shagged a man I believed he was security, and let's just say there was no sign of purity. Slept with a guy who I used to kind of have a thing with, like we've been on and off for years, like we've never dated per se, but like he's in love with me basically, like
Shock.
He was going through a bad time, so I like went over to his and like obviously blah blah blah. And like halfway through, I swear to Jesus Christ, he goes, "Let me touch your." And I swear, and I was like,
no.
And I kind of just let it slide, but I woke up the next day being like, oh my God.
Last Halloween, I dressed up as my ex-boyfriend's ex. That win. Actually, exes are f***ing scary.
Exes are scary.
Yeah.
You've had some scary exes.
I've had let's get into it.
Had some.
I don't even really know how to explain this one, to be honest. If you're watching on video, you'll understand why. I think you have to watch this episode on video. So if you're watching on audio, actually just go to YouTube and watch it on the video because it's too funny to miss. I'm currently dressed as a shark. And yeah, welcome back to Dream on Pod with me, your host, Lottie Moss. Today I have the lovely Chezablonde. She's back. She's better. She's bitchier.
Literally can't get fucking rid of me.
Can't get enough of you.
No, I'm back and I'm here to get my revenge on this bitch for ruining my day.
So I've chilled her leg off.
I'm literally here in my Levi's, covered in blood. And it's not funny because I wanted that leg.
I know.
That's my favourite leg.
But it was actually so yummy. So yummy.
She took the bone clean
I'm
off.
actually so happy that you put dedication into the Halloween episode. By the way, this is the Halloween app.
This is the Halloween app. This was actually my idea. Just want to put the credit in. I said, why doesn't Lottie be a shark?
Why don't you have your own podcast then?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm here to take over. It's my second time.
I can't see anything in this fucking shark costume. So me and Reese yesterday decided that we were going to go to a costume shop and try and find some cute matching outfits. This is what we left with.
Just like devastatingly funny. We were going to go as nuns.
So nuns was a backup option. And then we were going to do, what else were we going to do? You had some good ideas in there because we went to this costume shop around the corner from here and it has like so many costumes. I'm talking like ones that you rent and shit like that. So it's
it was like proper, like they had like, I've never seen a costume shop like it. Like this is where like people go to get really, really good costumes.
Big up, what's it called?
I have no idea.
Mad Hatter.
Mad
World. Yeah, Mad World costume shop.
Yeah, big up them. They're so nice in there as well. I went in extremely hungover.
They gave you a glass of water.
They gave me 2 glasses of water because I was
crazy.
literally, they could see me dying. I had like makeup smudge from the night before. That was probably the most
And then you
horrifying
threw up
thing
in their
I've ever
toilet
seen.
after.
Yeah, I did throw up in their toilet afterwards. They don't know that. Maybe they know.
Well, now they will.
It was terrible. I literally I get in. So the night before, I had had a one night stand, shock horror with this guy, and I was
big fat slut over here.
Big fat slut over here. And I was so hungover, and I came in. And I genuinely think that's probably the most horrifying thing they've ever seen. Like me, Chezablonde coming in with like makeup smudged down her face, like
because so basically Reese texted me being like, "Hey babe, I'm so hungover, like I need a makeup wipe, like a face wipe before I come." Yeah. And I was like, "Babe, it's fine. Like I'm sure it's all right." And then she showed up to the coffee shop that we were meeting at, and I was like, "Okay, maybe you did need one."
Bad.
It was like when the eyeliner has like a little like thing in it, and you could tell it was just like
smudged eyeliner. Hair was
no face makeup on.
Yeah, no face makeup on.
Hair was
crispy,
sex hair.
Yeah,
crispy.
Well, no, I put it up before I came and saw you, but before it was like bushy and messy. Why are we talking about my one night stand? Anyway.
I don't know. Anyway, I mean, today we are actually talking about scary things, so
we are.
One night stands does
count. A scary one night stand.
That's a good lead in to what we're talking about. So today on the app, we decided we're going to talk about scary stories, scary dating stories, scary everything. Everything is scary though. I'm scared of a lot. What are you scared of?
Men, genuinely no.
The bear or the man? Truly,
the killer.
The killer is escaping.
No, but genuinely, like the killer, anyone could be the killer, and it's definitely a man.
It's always the man. When you do see like all those murder documentaries on Netflix, it is always men.
Yeah, it is.
It is the true virus of this world.
True. And you know what? Whenever it's a woman, I'm like, get your revenge, sis.
Do you know what? It's so funny, actually, because every time it's a woman, I'm like, slay. I'm like, she had a good reason. Mm-hmm. They're obviously, like, he obviously did something. And it's, do you know what? I love it. You know the woman that she killed her, like, husband, and she was so proud of it? She was like, yeah, like,
I killed him,
fuck. She goes, I killed him, of course. He was a fucking motherfucker. I was like, do you know what, babe? He probably drove you to that. And I know he did. Like,
oh, 100%.
We're not unreasonable. This is the thing.
No.
We do shit. When we do shit with our chest.
I'm totally here for women getting their revenge arc. I'm totally here for that.
Same, gone girl moment, promising young woman moment. We love it. Yeah, I find a lot of shit scary. I'm scared of fucking myself.
Like twice?
Blink Twice.
We recently watched
Love
Blink
it.
Twice.
So good. So good.
Best film of the year in my
So good.
opinion. Like so iconic. A great soundtrack.
Channing Tatum.
Oh, Channing Tatum.
His name is Channing Tatum, but Channing Tatum. Channers was amazing. I literally 10 out of 10 performance. Never seen him in a role like that before, and I loved it.
No, I feel like he kind of ate, I fear.
Oh, I fear he ate.
But the way I left that film feeling so like this could have happened because spoiler alert,
scary part of that film is so
fact that
realistic.
She's been back,
yeah,
and like she's already been there. Like we could have gone to like a private
spoiler
view.
alert.
Definitely,
yeah,
could have been on one of those private islands.
Do you know
what you got up to in your early 20s.
For the premise of the film, if you haven't seen it, this is a little bit of a spoiler. So yeah, probably like don't listen to this part. But it's basically a film about these two girls that get invited on a trip by Channing Tatum, who's a rich billionaire tech guy, and they get invited on his private island for however long. And yeah, it's fucking spooky. I'm not gonna lie. It's basically, I'm not gonna give too much away, but yeah, it's just fucking, it's so realistic to like life. Like it literally could happen. And I, as someone who like lived in LA, obviously I don't talk about it enough, you know.
Wait, you lived in LA?
I know, truly.
What?
I literally bring up every 5 minutes. But I have so experienced those kind of things where you're like, this is actually fucking weird that they're just like inviting me away on holiday, like with them. And like, I've actually been on a holiday before. I've told you this story. I went to Mexico once. 7 years ago, got invited by these two guys, went to Mexico. I actually did know them before and like had hung out with them in LA. They invited me and my friend to Mexico, business class flights and everything. And you do like, at that point, like I was so young and naive. I was like, oh my God, they love us. They think we're so hot that we just have business class flights. But now thinking about it, I'm like, fucking hell. That's giving creepy, rapey, scary sexual assault vibes. And
like most men
that I encounter in my life. But like, well, that's not true. But I mean, you know, it's just like, I think in LA especially, like that kind of vibe is like you really, and as much as I thought I knew them, I really didn't know them that well. Yeah. And it was two guys and then like maybe 15 girls in this villa. And I didn't actually realize it was going to be like that. Luckily, I made friends in the villa with these girls. But like, it was giving, like, these guys were kind of giving that, like, it was expected. Well, one of them was more than the other, but one of them was kind of giving that it was expected that we slept with them. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah. And there were a couple girls that did sleep with the guys on the trip, so luckily I didn't have to. But
so they took one for the team.
They took one for the team, truly. Shout out to whoever those girls were. But it's just a bit weird, isn't it? Like, why are we here? Like, we're not all friends. None of us know each other. Like, why are we just in Mexico together? Like,
yeah.
You know?
None of the girls.
Literally, I knew my friend who I went with, that was it, and then none of the other girls. So, Reese has written me a poem.
So, I've written a poem about my
not
worst
sure
horror
why.
date.
Love it, though.
No, so I just thought it's a different way of explaining my horror on the first date or first time I met a guy.
Okay.
I don't really know why I've done this. I just thought
I kind of love it though. I love this.
This story starts with an evening in May. I was as drunk as a fart and feeling rather slay. I had just shagged a man. I believed he was security, and let's just say there was no sign of purity. We found a quiet place to kiss and cuddle, but this man was short, so I was in a muddle. After the naughties, I ran so far till I came across an Irishman at the next dingy bar. He was tall and handsome and had good chat, and it was so hot girl summer, so I was just feeling brat. We started talking and flirting, and I said, my. I mean, it was Benidorm, so I was probably just high. We wandered down a dark, spooky road, hoping this man did not have a chode. When push came to shove, this man seemed wrong, but I was feeling horny, so girl, it was on. We did it in every room in the house, but little did I know things were about to turn south. The morning was nigh and the sun came up. This is when I realized this man was a total nut. He went on and told me I was lucky. He thought he was God's gift, but bro, he was yucky. His stories went on, he made me feel thick. Let's just be real, the man was a dick. I thought the problem was that the guy was lame, but that wasn't the problem. Let me explain. His big finish was, I'm gonna stab you in the brain.
I fucking love it. Round of applause, I think, is... Oh my God, I'm actually obsessed.
Thank you.
I'm actually obsessed.
I wrote that on the way here.
That's insane. Like, actually so good.
So that actually did happen. He threatened to stab me in the brain when I asked him to leave.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, I think so many of like my scariest stories have a man in it.
Yeah, I agree. Me too. Everything that's weird or freaky that's
you know when you're in an Uber and he takes a wrong turning and you're like,
That happened to my friend when we were in Croatia. We were at like a festival in Croatia, and my friend, she got in this taxi, and he was like threatening her as like took, basically it was like a 10-minute Uber. It took her like an hour because he was like going off and like went up into the hills. And, like,
That's terrifying.
Fuck. Don't trust anyone. Girls, if you're listening.
You know that happened to I went to a wedding last year, or was it last year? Yeah. And one of the girls, she left the wedding and went back to the villa, and she was staying in my villa, and she ended up not being able to get back because this Uber driver was like taking her so long, and we were like 20 minutes from the venue, and he literally took her so far around. So in the end, she just got dropped back at the wedding because she was so scared. She was like, just drop me back at the wedding. And like, yeah, fucking scary though. She was so shaken up, she left the next day.
That's so scary, man. Do you know what though? I've been in those situations like on holiday, like I feel like I've done that so many times, like been on holiday with friends and been really drunk, like totally like vulnerable.
Yeah.
And like just been fine with the fact that I've been on this Uber on my own and not cared, and like been drunk and been in those situations where something bad could have happened. It hasn't, thank God.
Do you ever like sometimes you're like, right, this is it?
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you're on a plane and
times.
it's about to, and you like feel the turbulence, you're like, right, this is it.
I'm going to die. Yeah, no, 100%.
All right.
I've watched so many of those videos of like how to like stop a guy. Like you always sit behind the driver's seat. Like I'd know what to do if like someone's going to kidnap me.
Do you sit behind the driver's seat always?
Always, because that's the safest thing to do. So it can mean like, not to be too TMI, but you can like
get a shoelace and
yeah.
I love that.
Go to fucking town on them if they try any bullshit.
No, the thing is, I'm actually like very scared of myself, as well as men. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's definitely
you could do something terrible to.
I think I'm just like scared of my mental health. Not to get like too deep too quickly into this, but like
real though.
I think one of the things I'm most scared of, I think, is number one, me. Because sometimes you do things and you really shock yourself.
Thing is though, I think with you have a kind of conscience where you're quite careful, and like I feel like you.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, but I feel like you do have a certain level of, okay, I know this is wrong.
100%. Obviously, I know morally. Like,
I'm not stupid.
I'm not out here murdering people or anything like that. But like,
almost.
Well, I mean, I've been close, but I mean, I almost got you today, didn't I?
You did almost get me.
But no, I honestly like sometimes I do things and I think, oh my God, that's so out of character for me, or like I'm so like that's so not me, and I think that's fucking one of the scariest things ever, because you really like. When you're in your 20s especially, you're like learning so much about yourself. So I think when you do something that's like something that you haven't done before, you're like, oh my God, is this me now?
Yeah.
Am I this kind of person?
Are you this kind of person?
Because we've all done shit we regret. Like we've all like, you know, done stuff that we regret and like thought about it. And like even I think about stuff like from years ago where I like, you know, have done stuff like I did stuff with someone's ex and I was like, oh my God, like I hate that.
What's the worst thing you've done that you thought that you really thought, am I, or do you not want to say?
Do you know what? One of the worst, actually, yeah, I mean, it is one thing I will say because Tanner's spoken about it, but I slept with Chris Miles when me and Tanner were friends, and that was like really sucky because I was friends with Tanner and I didn't want to do that to her. Fuck Chris Miles, lol.
Fuck all the ex-boyfriends, man.
Fuck exes, man. Do you know what? That's scary, actually. Exes are fucking scary.
Exes are scary. Yeah. You've had some scary exes.
I've had some... Let's get into it.
You've had some... I've met quite a few of your boyfriends.
No, because do you know what?
Across quite nice
apart from my last ex.
No,
and honestly, Tristan. Shout out Tristan from the Vamps. Absolutely. Do you know what? He's a sweetheart.
Oh my God, remember we meeting him in 180?
Yes, yeah.
Not gonna lie, I know he's your ex, but he was fucking hot.
He's hot and he's lovely.
Hot.
Do you know, he's a sweet guy as well, Tristan. And those two are probably like Evan and Tristan, probably my only two like good, great, love you ex. Like they're actually cool people. Actually, and my friend Cody as well. He's a producer. I actually fuck with him hard.
Just name all the exes.
No, let's name. I'll name them all. I don't care. They're not gonna fucking come at me, are they? Voldemort,
he
who shall not be named,
is the devil.
Yeah, he was bad. Do you know what it is?
He was actually.
It's when they like. The thing is though, like actually, if I think about it, he probably wasn't the worst. The worst is the ones that were like, do you remember when I was dating those guys that were like on heroin? Like, and honestly, this isn't even an exaggeration.
The standard is low for Lottie Moss.
The bar is in.
The bar is it's not even a limbo bar. It's literally under the ground.
It's
6 feet under. Ready to fucking...
No, it's not even 6 feet. It's down in hell. It's the pits of hell. You know that small crevice in hell? That's where my bar... You're like
the worst bit of hell, where there's like
but
a pret. Do you know what I mean?
That was me in my early 20s, and I did just go for like really scary looking, like full face tats. Like literally guys that look like...
Don't trust anyone with face tats.
Don't ever trust anyone with a face tat. But no, like truly, like the guys that I was there, and I think I've told this story like on TikTok. I don't know if I told it on my podcast, but I dated a guy. Actually, no, I have told it on my podcast. I dated a guy, and it was a guy that I'd met. No, I've literally told this story so many times. But like, I'd met this guy in LA, went to New York, went to his apartment. He had a fucking knife in the wall. That's spooky. That's scary. He also drove me out to upstate New York, because that's where he was from. He was like, I want to show you like where I was born, where I was grew up. Such a weird flex from my man. I'd known for 2 weeks.
Was there plastic all over the fucking walls?
No.
Like, genuinely.
No. He had no furniture. Expected. That I remember I was sat, like I went into his room and I spotted the knife in the wall. I was sat on a pile of clothes because he had no furniture, like not even a wardrobe, babe. No bed frame. He had a mattress with like a little thing with like a little, like, you know those things that you like can put like almost like a little tray,
like a futon,
like a side table, and it had like
right.
loads of drugs on it and just like McDonald's wrappers and stuff. It was so heinous.
Sounds like my flat. Not joking. That's a joke.
That's a joke. And literally, those were like scary. When he drove me out to upstate New York to like meet his mum, whatever, but we stopped on the side of the road. He was like, I want to show you this thing in the woods. I was like, this is it for me. Because he lost his grills in the car and started having a massive go at me.
God, sorry, can we pause that? The way that's just not an ick for you. Sorry, like, can we go, like, imagine going to, like, Lost and Fan and be like, sorry, my boyfriend's lost his grills, like.
No, babe,
ick.
Truly, this man
I'm
freaked
so glad
out.
I never met you when you were, like, 20.
This man, no, and not even just freaked out, was like, oh, no, I've lost it. Like, he was like, ah! Like, actually screamed in my face when I tried to help him. And he was so psychotic, but he was also on a heavy amount of drugs. He was taking OxyContin. Which, by the way, for context, if you don't know what Oxy is, Oxy is like 100 times stronger than morphine. It's like heroin, but worse. It's what people go from heroin to Oxy. Red flag, and I knew he was taking this shit from the moment I met him. That was scary.
But I can imagine you in that moment being like, oh, he's so cute.
I
like,
romanticized the fuck out, and I
Yeah.
truly, the level of delusion that I have to have in my brain to like romanticize the guys that I was with. One of the guys I was with didn't shower and didn't brush his teeth, and he sweat.
I don't have any words for
one
you.
One night, right, this is actually so bad. One night, this guy, different guy, but he, the one that didn't shower and brush his teeth, he sweated through a fucking mattress that I had, and when I was changing the sheets, I saw this big brown stain from where he'd sweated out all his drugs and stuff. Like, he was going through that withdrawal, obviously. It was fucking feral, babe. Like the way I got with him, I was kissing him. All these guys broke up with me. I was kissing him and he hadn't brushed his teeth, and he broke up with me. I look back
If
and
that isn't humbling, I actually don't know what is.
where was the self-respect?
Do you know
where
what?
was the self-respect?
You've dated like psychotic drug addicts, and the only guys that I'm embarrassed to date are they're just a little bit too fruity.
See, I'm shocked that I didn't die. Like, I'm actually shocked that no one murdered me, truly.
Well, thank God, because I would have never come into your life.
And I would never have this podcast to tell the story.
So
I would never be here to
thank
tell
God.
the tales.
No, do you know what? I feel like everything
Because
in
your
life is a
dating
lesson.
history isn't that bad. Like, you haven't dated serial killers like me.
No, I've just dated men who are definitely gay. Who liked that I had a dick
Isn't
a
that
little bit too much. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
It's guys who like arse play too much. That's what it is. It's guys who try and
My
like.
blood is coming off.
Oh.
It's crisping off.
No, I've just dated guys who are just like, oh my God. So let me tell you the story actually. So this is an example. So the other day I went and slept with a guy who I used to kind of have a thing with. Like, we've been on and off for years. Like, we've never dated per se, but like he's like he's in love with me basically. Like, no
Shock.
tea. And he was going through a bad time, so I like went over to his and like obviously blah blah blah. And like halfway through, I swear to Jesus Christ, he goes, "Let me touch your dick," and I swear, and I was like,
no.
And I kind of just let it slide. But I woke up the next day being like, oh my God, he genuinely was about to say, "Let me touch your dick," like, and I haven't had a fucking.
You haven't had a dick in a while.
2.5 years.
Fuck.
And we fucked many times since. Like, how the fuck do you forget that?
That's crazy.
The way he was like he just was way too excited about that, and I was like, But I've always known he's a bit of a tranny chaser anyway. Like, he follows all of the dolls on social media. Like, you can always tell who's a tranny chaser, really.
Yeah, that must be hard for you though, dating guys like that.
It just
and it's honestly even scarier than the guys that I date, because it's like these guys are so not comfortable with who they are as a person. Like, a lot of these men have not come to terms with the fact that it's like that, like, they don't have like the confidence in them to just be like, yeah, do you know what? Like, I like trans girls. They would never say that shit. Do you know what I mean?
They don't.
Do you know what I mean? They're guys that are like embarrassed of it because they're not okay with who they are. And it's like, it literally, like, and also, by the way, liking trans girls does not make you fucking gay. Like, I honestly cannot stress this fucking enough. Like,
do I look like a man to you?
Truly, with a vagina. Like, I'm so
Literally.
sorry. Like, there's literally nothing male about you. I'm so sorry. I do not understand. And there's truly, like, it actually shocks me when guys do that. I'm not into guys. You wouldn't be.
You wouldn't be.
Gay guys don't like you.
And
like,
also, like, it's always the guys who saying it are so butters as well. Like, I can't even get over it. Like, I told this guy I was on a night out, I was at the box, and I was like, oh, I'm trans. I was throwing this guy, no pun intended, a bone with this guy. Like, he was so butters and so gross, and I was like, by the way, I'm trans. And I don't know, Lottie, I was drunk. He was tall and in the box. Like, God, like, there's hardly any straight men in the box. So to find one, it's just like, so I found this guy, and he was like, yeah, I'm not really into that, and then walked away from me. He had like 3 hairs on his head. Like, like, he was not. He had literally had a comb over from a nose hair. Like, he was. He was so gross, and I would throw him a bone. Like, you can have one night in heaven with the Chezablonde, and he walked away from me.
Truly, and it is when you get rejected. Like, I so relate with that being rejected by the
from ugly men.
That's scary.
So that is. Because all men want,
because I'm like, are you
brunette girls who are bookworms and think they're really quirky because they read Eat, Pray, Fucking Love, and it's like they can't deal with anyone who's like a little bit exciting.
The ones that wake up at 6 a.m. and go to yoga. Do you know what I mean? That is just like,
I go to bed at 6 a.m.
But it's funny because, like, and as well, being friends with so many gay guys, it's made me realize like how many guys are gay. Like, how many guys are like straight.
I actually think all men are a little bit gay. In
quotation marks. You know what I mean? They're straight. Like, they're not. And I need to tell every girl that's listening to this right now, so many guys that are like girlfriends, married, kids, all their shit. I have so many gay guy friends that have slept with literally so many straight guys that I know, and it's so funny because when they see me and the gay person together, my gay friend, the gays, when they see that, you know, that it, when they see me and the gays together, they'll be like, they'll see that I'm with them, and they'll know that I know, and they'll like I can see it in their face. They're like, ah.
That's what their brain does. It goes,
not me being homophobic again.
You're not being homophobic.
No.
Like, sorry,
no, but
your husband is gay.
Denial is a river in Egypt.
Your husband is gay. He's a
Oh my God, he's a friend of Dorothy.
He is a friend of Dorothy, and this is the problem. Like, every man, so many men are gay, and this is why you should always believe gay men because so many straight men and like girls say they're trying to push their agenda on us, like they're trying to like teach it in schools. No, baby, your husband is looking at gay porn.
I also feel like straight people push their agenda far more than gay people push theirs.
I never see gay people doing PDA. Straight people. Can I actually just say this?
Why are you sitting on his face in the middle of a coffee shop?
Why am I on the Northern Line at like 8:20 in the fucking afternoon, like in the evening, and your like tongue is deep down in your boyfriend's throat?
Don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's
like,
facts.
Put your fucking womb away. I don't need to see that shit.
See what you had for breakfast, love.
Literally.
Back to the scary shit, because we kind of got a bit diverted there. Cosmetic horror stories. Do you have any? Have you ever? I feel like you do quite well with like not getting too much. Sometimes I've seen you and I'm like, right, let's lay off the Botox.
Yeah, I mean, right now the Botox.
I mean, I can't talk because I'm pillow face right now.
No, but I'm very pillow face right now. I just had salmon sperm put under my eyes.
I went to Reese's Botox guy, and he made me literally look like a pillow face.
You look good though.
No.
No, but I've had worse than that before.
Like, and I just feel like I smile weirdly. Like, love you, Dr. Motox, but like, I fear we may have overdone it.
This is me face moving. Me face moving.
Me face look. I can't look. All I can do is the edges of my.
Lottie, I'm so sad.
I can't move a single muscle in my forehead.
No, this is us. Raise your eyebrows.
I can't even do that. Look, that's all I can do.
Frown. Yeah, this is me frowning.
I can frown more than I can be surprised.
I had Botox done loads of times, but I had it done like a year, maybe like, no, it was a year ago now, actually, I remember. And he was like, let me do your smile line. So I had my smile lines done. So when you get your smile lines, it stops all this your mouth from moving. So it was actually really bad. I was doing a brand deal and like doing a kind of, it's like a TV thing for Hollyoaks. It was like all about trans awareness and LGBTQ people and about the government, and really, really serious and like a really important conversation, like almost like a round table. And I'm there talking, and I'm like, it's just so sad when people just like, it's so upsetting. And like, I don't really
blank expression. You're like this. It's so sad.
Like this. like when Kourtney Kardashian got like her face numbed and she was like smiling.
Oh,
from one
yeah.
side. I was like, oh, it was so embarrassing.
Do you know what? Because that's what I have right now. Is where I feel like if somebody tells me like if somebody tells me some bad news right now, or even good news, I'm like this. Oh my God. Like my expression is the same.
Well, apparently it gets rid of like, there's something in like this part of your brain where it gets rid of your empathy or something like that.
Perfect. Maybe that's why I felt better about my ex situation, because I actually feel fine.
The Botox is
The
free.
Botox has absolutely numbed my emotions. I'm in my villain era now.
Lottie called me yesterday and she was like, babe, I've been taking these supplements and they've made me
I
feel
thought it
so
was a
much
supplement.
better. And like, you think it's the vitamins, babe, it's the Botox.
I thought it was a bloody ashwagandha. I stand corrected.
Lottie thought it was the green juice making her feel fine. It wasn't the green juice, bitch. It was the
my
fucking
greens
silicone.
every morning. It's not. It's a fucking shit you put in your face.
Shout out to Greens though, please.
Shout out to
sponsor me.
Greens. Shout out to Dr. Motox too for doing my Botox for free and your Botox for free, because he's a fucking
He
legend.
is the best.
Although I do literally look like.
No, you look good.
Do you know what I'm giving? And I was having dinner with my friend last night. She said I'm taking the damn dog.
Taking the dog, dumbass.
Taking the dog.
Wait, I
dumbass.
can't. These gays.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
so let me explain
what is this salmon
sperm.
spam shit? Because I've actually had it before, and I don't think it made any difference to me.
So I just went in the sea and turned all of this. No, I
Wanked off a fish.
Wanked off a fish. That's so gross. No, so basically, I don't really know how they get the salmon sperm. Like, I really don't know. But basically, it's like obviously melted down with like chemicals and stuff, and it's like little dots of injections. Because basically, I normally get like tear duct filler, tear duct filler or whatever it's called. So I don't have any under eye bags. And Mo was like, let's do salmon sperm. So it's just these little pocket hole injection things. And I was swollen for like 2 days, and like, I don't really know what it is. It's just salmon sperm. It's put under your eyes, and apparently it's meant to like really like reboost your collagen or something like that. And I'm honestly down for anything. Like, trust me, anything. So like, I was like, always am. There's always one. Yeah, and I was really down for it. I really like.
But do you feel like it's made a difference?
Like a slight difference, yeah. How do my eye bags look?
Very unbaggy.
Good, thank you. Very unbaggy.
You look young. I mean, you are. This is the thing, though, Reece. You're
everyone says
23.
I know, but like,
Like,
like
of
I've
course,
always known
I look like an old, haggard woman.
You don't, Lottie. You're literally 2 days older than me.
Babe. The way I went there, and he was like, "Got to do some, in your what's called crow's feet." My crow's feet were bad.
But I've been wearing eye cream since I was 12 years old.
Oh, the eye cream. Here we go.
No, but it is true.
Eye cream doesn't make that much of a difference.
It does if you've been wearing it since you were 12.
Has anything paranormal ever happened to you? Anything spooky? Have you ever seen a ghost?
Well, apart from that time at your house where I was really drunk and I thought I saw a ghost in your living room.
I've just seen something really fucking scary in the mirror.
Get
that fire exit door, arm out of here.
No, but that's exactly how I was acting, like verbatim. And Lottie was so fed up with me. She was like, babe, there's nothing there. But your old flat was haunted. Like, I'll say that for like...
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a new build. It was a really old building, but they renovated it and made it new for when it was. Because I literally got the flat and I was the first person to live in it. It was like brand new like flats, but it was in an old building. You could tell it was giving old and kind of spooky actually as well.
It was a bit spooky. It was very creaky. It was a nice place.
Yeah, all wooden floors and everything. Yeah,
There's
but yeah, we got fucked up, and then
and
Reece suddenly goes, "Oh my God, I've just seen something."
Yeah, no, it was really
literally
weird.
Gemma Collins' big brother.
Really Gemma Collins' brother. So basically, I had a. So this is a little bit sad, but my uncle Chris died last year, and he was like my dad's best friend. We were really close. He came around to my house like literally once a week. Like, him and my dad used to like drop me to school sometimes, and like we would always make a joke that's like my dad and his boyfriend, like they had such a bromance. They were like best friends for like 30, 40 years, like so close. And basically like 2 days after he died, I came down to the kitchen, which was where everyone like hung out. And I came downstairs, and we have a dimmer light, right? So it's not like, it doesn't switch off, like it just, and this never happens. It's ever happened to me in my house. So I come downstairs and the lights just go on, off, on, off, on, off. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, Chris, is that you? And it did it again. And I was like, this is insane. And I was like, oh my God. So I feel like it's not really scary, but it was more like, because obviously we didn't get to say goodbye. Like, it happened really fast. Like, it was really traumatic and really horrible for everyone. And like, I don't know, it was kind of almost like a little goodbye.
But I will say, do you know what? Like, I do think that people give you signs from the dead sometimes. Like, I had a friend die, and I didn't manage to go to his funeral because I was he was in LA, and I didn't manage to go to his funeral because it was the whole COVID situation. I was in the UK, and I remember like a few days after it happened, and it was like such a shock because he was so young, and me and him had like dated for a minute, and like it was like the first person I actually really properly like knew, that I'd spent time with, that I actually knew really well. He'd introduced me to a lot of people I know in LA, and so it was just really sad. And like, I obviously didn't go to his funeral or anything. And I remember I was coming back from the gym one day, and I was getting my keys out my bag, and I put my bag down, and this butterfly came, and they'd let out butterflies at his funeral. And this butterfly came and landed right next to me, and it didn't move, and it just stayed there. And I was like rumbling through my bag, and it was just there. And I was like, and it was almost like him being like, it's okay. Like, so you know? Beautiful. And so it was, because obviously butterflies, if you make one move, they're like gone. Yeah. And it was so weird because it just sat there for a minute and was so still. And it was like, it was almost like he was being like, you know, like, bye, goodbye.
Did you just completely freeze in that moment?
Yeah, it was crazy. Honestly, like really, I was like, oh my God. And I called my friend afterwards, and I was like, he like said goodbye to me, like I feel in that moment. So yeah, I think like sometimes it doesn't have to be like scary.
That's actually really beautiful.
A sign from the other world, you know, the other side.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's always a kind of
Do you believe in ghosts? I so do.
I definitely believe in spirits. I definitely believe that there's some
I'd love to do one of those like spooky shows, you know, those like horror shows where you go in.
Did you hear tap the fucking T-well? Oh,
I love it. Wait, what's that? You know what? Who did Demi Lovato when she went and sang to the ghost?
Oh my God!
Do you remember that? Have you seen that video?
Yeah. Oh, did they say like we don't like your singing or something?
Yeah. They were like, they did something, and she was like, oh, if you like it or something. Oh my God, so funny. That is hilarious. Yeah, the ghost didn't like her singing.
Rise and shine.
Rise and
to the
shine.
ghost.
No, she was like a skyscraper, and they. Oh dear.
I wasn't a Demi Lovato fan.
To be fair, I do actually really believe in ghosts, and I like to believe in it because I love everything scary. Like, I love horror films.
Same.
I love scaring myself. One thing I fucking hate though is the scare mazes.
Oh, so I recently just did that at Tully's Farm.
How was it?
It was good. Okay, so not to like diss Tully's Farm or anything like that, right? So basically there was this one maze that we did, and it was just literally, there was a part of it which was like halfway through, and there was, the smoke machine was on so high, you couldn't breathe. Like if you were asthmatic, you would have an asthma attack in a second. It was literally like being inside a fucking vape pen. Honestly, my hand could be here, and I couldn't see anything. I couldn't even see like nothing. It was horrifying. So it was like you're walking through and you're like feeling the wall, but like literally
maybe that's the vibe though. Maybe that's what they were going for.
It was, but like it was terrifying. Like that was the scariest bit of me. The fact that I couldn't see anything, and I knew nothing was going to jump out because no one would have.
Did
been
you
able
go
to
in
see
with
anything.
people?
Yeah, I was with my best friend.
Oh, just one person?
No, it was like a whole group of us, and all of us were like, "This is what the fuck is this? Like we just can't see."
Yeah.
And it was just really intense. It's like normally you're meant to see like a slight shadow, but it was literally like being in limbo.
Oh,
it was a bit freaky.
But that's also not even that scary because you don't actually see the actors or anything like that. You're like,
trust me, you would have found it scary.
Babe, I can't do them anymore.
Why? I can't do it with the bad art.
You're gonna die. I've got bad art. I don't know when this happened because I used to do Tully's Farm. I've done like all of these scare mazes before. I've done Thorpe Park scare mazes before. 2 years ago, me and Hannah Crook, we went to Alton Towers. I got invited by them for like an experience there, and obviously you go and it's just like influencery kind of vibes or whatever, and so we go there.
Goddamn influencers.
I know. So we went on a few of the rides. I don't know whether my anxiety was really bad that day. I got on the Smile ride, guys, and I love that. I've been on so many like really scary. I went on the the one at Thorpe Park that goes really high up. And then drop Stealth. I've been on that like loads. Love it. Fucking love that shit. I don't know what happened to me. Like, I don't know. I'm scared to go back to a theme park because I got on the Smile ride. So we queued up to go on Smile or whatever. I got on it. I had to get off on the other side. Before they were about to like be like, right, off you go. I had to get off on the other side. And I went, I can't do it.
Oh really?
I don't know what happened to me. And then even worse, right?
Maybe
we ended up going on some of the other rides that were like less intense, and I was like, actually, this is fine. And then
have you been on the Saw one? Oh, that's a Thorpe Park. Sorry.
Yeah, and no, I've been on that one though, at Thorpe Park. And then yeah, and then we ended up going to the maze, right? And it was all of us going together, whatever. So we did it in sort of groups or whatever. I get into the maze. Within 5 seconds of being in there, I was like, get me out. I had to. I asked the actor. I was like, get me out of here. I'm having a panic attack.
Well, so the actor just escorted you
No,
out?
they swear to God, they went out of character. He went, oh, okay. All right, we need to get her out.
Oh my God.
This fucking clown with like makeup on. And I can't handle clowns.
I can imagine you at the end of that being
No,
like,
babe.
Thank you
10
so much.
within 5 seconds. Honestly, I walked in. They were some of the first actors to scare us. I went, get me out. And they took me down a different exit. And I,
oh my
so
God, so you saw like the people
fucking
like on break, like having a cigarette being like,
no.
you
I
got
saw
so
the people
scared.
at the front that were about to go in. They were like, what the fuck is wrong with her?
Yeah. Another thing men do, make women scared for no reason, even if they're actors.
Yeah,
We're just going to blame this one on men.
To be fair though, the guy that escorted me out was a really nice guy. The actor.
Do you remember his name?
No, I didn't ask his name. He was in
Celebrities,
character.
see, they don't care.
He would have been like, I'm
Mr. Giggles or some shit like that.
I'm
Do you know
Mr.
what?
Giggles.
I did meet this guy at Tully's farm who was dressed up as a clown, and I was like, he's so hot. And I
Do
winked
you know
at
what?
him
Some of the
across
scare
room, he winked back at me.
some of the scare actors are hot. Right. They're fit.
My dream is to like go and shag one of the scare actors at Tully's farm. See if I can get them out of character.
That's, to be fair, if somebody saw that, you just in the maze shagging, that is scary, innit? That is fucking scary. Seeing your minge from that angle, fucking hell, anyone would be terrified.
Crazy, Lottie. I've
I
never
would do
heard
the
you say
Sarah
the word
Paulson
minge.
scream.
I can't.
That was...
I just... the way we just heard that, I'm so sorry.
Oh, that is so funny, the way we just heard that in the headphones. I'm so dead.
That is brilliant.
What are you dressing up as for Halloween?
Do you know, I've got a little list of
That was
what I
really-
have in mind. It's literally, we have like a week.
This is the thing. I normally go like slutty, but I actually love going like this. This is funny. Like I actually might do this.
I'm really enjoying. I think we should actually do that. I was actually saying like we tried to hire a photographer and a makeup person for today, and then it all kind of fell through. And I was like, do you know, it's funnier when it's like more of a concept.
Yeah.
And we both, and I feel like maybe it's because I want to look hot on Halloween, but it's like, I'm hot anyway.
This is the thing.
I'm hot every
But also, I don't,
days of the year.
I don't care
can
as long as I get to do a slutty one, because we've got multiple Halloween parties. I think if I only had one, then I probably would choose
I
to
haven't
do a
got
sexy.
any. See,
That's
I don't have any
sad.
friends.
Aww.
So my Halloween costume, no, I'm sure they'll come through actually. So Pam Anderson,
Love.
when she was on the bike like Kendall Jenner did last year, no, a couple of years ago, like that
yeah,
kind
I
of cute
remember.
one.
Yeah, the what's it called? What's that film called? Barbed Wire.
I'm gonna do Slutty Nun, Catwoman,
Love.
Jennifer's Body.
How many? You don't have a single Halloween party yet. You've got 7 costumes.
Yeah, but I'll find places to go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a
Um,
will. There's a way.
there'll be like events and stuff as well where people will dress up. So I'm
yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Jennifer's Body,
Love.
White Chicks with my friend Campbell.
By the way, I've got the jacket from Jennifer's Body. You know, the
Oh,
one with all the blood, and the white one with all the blood on it. Yeah.
We might have to borrow that.
That's okay.
White Chicks with Campbell, and then me and you were meant to do the Simple
White
Life.
Chicks with Campbell is so funny, by the way.
We have been saying this for ages that we want to do that.
Yeah.
And then the Simple Life with you.
Yeah.
Well, we said we would do that.
We said we're going to do
It's
it.
an
but I don't know.
ideas thing, but I also
Yeah.
have loads of vampire outfits as well, so I might do a vampire. I don't
Vampire's
really
easy,
know.
innit? Vampire's an easy one. Yeah. Do you know what I love? Because I always dress really slutty. Like, I kind of want to do a funny one this year, and I may... Because I've got a nun costume, and I think I want to do a nun. Because I think that's really like... But not even a slutty nun costume, just like an
Just like
actual like,
nun.
full-on nun.
Well, it's funny because
It's how funny, me smoking a cigarette out the back with, like, my
You
nun
can
costume.
imagine it'd be like a meme, I think.
I'm going to get a Bible as well and walk around with it.
Oh. But I can imagine you doing that. I think, yeah, that'd be good. So your costumes, none.
Nun. And then I've got Marilyn Monroe in Girl's Best Friend, because I've now got bleached hair. So I thought
Perfect then.
that would be perfect. And my hair's short as well. And then... and then Nun, and then I might reuse a shark. I actually fucking love it.
I fuck with the shot. Is it cozy?
It is actually really cozy. It's nice and warm.
When you were gonna say that, I thought you were gonna say I want to go as Troy.
Troy Sivan. Honestly, me
Sivan.
and you as Charlie XX and Troy Sivan would be so funny.
I'll detransition to go as
Give me
Troy.
a call if you ever get lonely.
That video is so hot. Do you know when it first came out and we were like, fuck.
Yeah, Ross Lynch.
There's something so hot about like a
Do you know what? There's
straight
something
guy
really
with,
hot about
like-
Troy Sivan.
So me and Lottie actually met Troy.
story. This is actually
We
really
met-
funny.
okay, let's try it.
So, okay, me and Reese have a really weird story, and it probably will make 0 sense for anyone but us.
So basically, it's like quite a funny story. I don't know if we haven't already
It's
told
not.
the story.
It's not, but it is.
So basically, Lottie gets invited to a Jean-Paul Gaultier party, which of course I was a +1 to, and it was bougie. Like a lot of big celebrities were there.
Yeah, it was a Pride Jean-Paul Gaultier party. Yeah.
Very, very fun. And I remember I come downstairs and I see Troye Sivan. You know, you see someone famous, but you forget they're famous. You think you know them because you've seen them. And I was like, oh my god, hey, like how are you? And he was like, hey, like you're right. And I was like, oh my god, sorry, you're Troye Sivan. I thought I knew you because I recognised your face. It was so embarrassing. And he was like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, not the Australian accent.
Oh no.
No.
Anyway, so he was there. He was really sweet. And then obviously me and you were a little bit tipsy, and we come up to him.
We're in the smoking area
So
with
we're in the
Troy.
smoking area, like really drunk, and we're like, like
Chewing Troye Sivan's
Dude.
ear off, like
and bless him. Like both of us, I think we're in like
smoke, blowing us smoke in his face, like
yeah, like literally probably looked like something out of fucking Ab Fab, like so intense, like darling, like
truly like chewing his ear off. He probably, to be fair, he was so nice and like actually pretended like he gave a fuck.
But also everyone was chewing his ear off as well. Like he
to be
was
fair,
the
yeah,
biggest
there was
deal
a
at
big
this
group of us
party.
just surrounding Troye Sivan.
Yeah.
So since then, we've had this joke, and we came back to Reese's that night. I stayed over at Reese's, and we kept having this joke where I was like, do you know what Troy said about you? He said that you were a massive bitch.
Yeah.
And we thought it was so funny. We did this bit
We
for
were
maybe an hour in bed.
So drunk.
So drunk, thinking it was and we'd go out the room and be like, oh my god, babe, I've just spoken to Troy.
No, but we would do
He
it.
just
and be
said
like,
you were being way too much.
Yeah.
And like obviously like none of this. So now we've made it a bit where Reese will
This
actually
was 2 years ago though, right?
a year ago. Yeah, a year and a half, I think.
But like it's got to the point where it's gotten really serious where I'll call up Lottie and she'll be like on a date or something.
You'll text me going, it's urgent, I need to speak to you.
Yeah, and I'll call Lottie and be like, babe, I'm like pretend to cry, like, and then I'll go, Troy said, and you'll be like, oh my fuck's sake, like it's so funny, like we'll call each other out,
she'll
like,
go, oh my
these
god,
si-
Lottie, I need to talk to you right now. And then she'll go, babe, Troy's just said to me, I'm like, fuck off, fucking Troy.
I actually don't think I would contain myself if we saw him again because like,
No,
we'd have to
it's
explain
too. We're
it to
too
him.
deep in now because we literally have made so many jokes about him, and we've actually brought other people in on it as well now. Like
Yeah,
Jack, we brought in on it.
Like Jax called me up and said Troy doesn't like you guys, or like
Yeah.
but like we'll do it in like the worst situations where it's like so serious and not funny. Like we'll be crying about a boy or something bad will be going on. It's like, well, at least Troy likes you. Do you know what I mean? It will be like this stupid fucking joke, and it always, every time,
It is fucking
it never
hilarious.
doesn't make us laugh.
It is literally it's a one-hit wonder, honestly.
Like
but
if you ever get married,
time
I'm
it hits.
gonna do a wedding speech being like Troy couldn't be here. Like
Truly. What's like the worst costume that a guy could wear on Halloween? Because I feel like guys don't ever make an effort, and it pisses me the fuck off. I'm like, sorry, but wearing a literal ghost face mask or like a zombie mask or like a fucking whatever, it's not a fucking costume. You're wearing like a fucking Fred Perry t-shirt with it. It's not a costume. What are you dressing as a fuckboy?
well, I mean, yeah, but I think, do you know what? There's something really hot about Ghostface to me.
Babe, you know I bought old ghost face mask just to wear. I think it's fit as fuck. There's something fit about him.
Right?
Yeah, hear me out.
Like
honestly,
when we
he's a hear me
literally,
out.
like 2 shots.
One, not even.
Actually, like half a tequila.
Do you know what? This is the thing. If Ghostface came into my house with that like sexy ass mask on, I'd be like, he'd be with that sexy voice as well. You like scary movies.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh yeah, I do, baby.
Yeah, you literally like scary movie. Sorry, couldn't speak then. But no,
You
yeah,
like, what's your favorite scary movie? That was really bad.
that was.
you?
I don't know what it was. I'm here. I don't know. It's wrong.
No, it's, what's your favorite scary movie?
What would you say?
What's my favorite scary movie?
What is your favorite scary movie?
I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I love Scream, all of them.
So we went to
Halloween, I fucking love.
My favorite scary. I mean, I've already actually spoke about this last time I was on your podcast. I was saying Late Night with the Devil was amazing. Thriller
not seen it.
Goes. I loved Blink Twice, even though it's more of a thriller. I loved that. I loved I love the Insidious movies.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah.
I actually love them, like especially the
Sinister as well, that one. Oh, so good.
I love horror. I love any possession. Oh my god, no, this is what it is. The Deliverance. Oh my god, it is so good.
Have I seen that?
Oh my god, you must watch it. It's fucking brilliant.
Wait, describe it to me. I think I've seen it.
So it's about this family. They're not very well off. The dad's not in the picture. It's about this mum. She has 3 kids.
Yes, so good on
And
Netflix.
with
I've seen
Glenn
it.
Close, Glenn Close.
Yes, so good.
So good.
So good. Sorry, we just screamed.
No,
Sorry.
so good. Really
Literally
good
just
film.
screamed in Jade's ear then. But
Sorry, Jade.
no, honestly, like such a
That
good
was
film.
brilliant. Tyler Perry.
But I
incredible
will
casting.
say, when she said, I can smell your pussy from here. I fucking died. So there's like a bit where it's like the devil is like coming out of the child and like saying this shit to the mum. But she's like, I can smell your pussy from here. And I was like, oh, that
Genuinely
is
my
gag.
biggest fear. Like if my mum got possessed and said that and said my mum said that my pussy stank, I would have been like, wait, what, mum? Like I would have been
No,
so
honestly, I'd be like,
fuming.
if the devil like was gonna come at me and it came from my fucking pussy stank, I'd be like, bitch, shut the
I'd be
fuck up.
so
I'd start
fuming.
beefing. I'd get bitchy with the guy. I'd be like bitchy with the devil. I'd be like, and you're fucking, and you just look like shit.
Yeah,
you look
yeah.
dead as fuck, bitch. How's hell? Yeah, because
How's
you're not
hell,
even on
motherfucker?
Earth. So who do you think would survive more, me or you, in like a horror film?
I feel like you're out first. I'm sorry. I love
you know
you.
what?
I've still got a little bit of testosterone left in me. I think I would go for it. Should we go for it? Like, I think I would genuinely like. With you, I feel like
Yeah.
you'd get stabbed in your tit.
Oh my god! And then the implant would come out, like in Scary Movie. You know what you say? Yeah, is that Scary Movie? Yeah, where she stabs her and then
Is
the
it
implant.
Pam Anderson?
No, it's Carmen Electra.
Oh,
And
yeah,
he
iconic.
stabs her in her tit, and then he pulls the knife out, and the implant comes with it. That is so me. Yeah, I think I'd die first as well. I'm not.
Yeah.
To be fair though, because I've watched so many horror films, I'm so on it now. Like, you know when they're like, "Hello," and then they like go downstairs. They'll go after. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You know when they hear a sound, they go investigate with nothing, with no knife, nothing. They just go, "Hello,
Yeah.
Tracy." Are you there? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Tracy's obviously
And then
fucking
Tracy's dead on
mate.
the wall.
Tracy's there with her head neck hanging off, heads hanging on by one like literal nerve. I'm like, yeah. When
Iconic.
Tracy didn't reply in that spooky basement, do you think she's still alive?
No,
do you
she's not. She's
take
dead.
a little fucking minute? But yeah, I am the blonde with fake boobs, and I do. They
Yeah.
normally go first, I will say.
I think you would go first. I think that thing is, what we've also learned from you, Lottie, is that you love psycho men, and you would try and
Yeah,
change
true.
the fucking serial killer and be like, no, I can change you.
Truly,
And I
like
would,
he would literally trap me, and I'd like see Ghostface. I'm, oh my god.
He would like.
Does
be
my
killing
hair look
peop-
okay?
Yeah, literally, he'd be killing
Do I look
people, and
good?
you'd be like, no, but he's not like that with me. You just need to get
Yeah.
to know the real him.
No, literally everyone would be like, we have to kill him, and I'd be like, no, guys, like honestly,
Yeah.
you don't see him when when it's just us, you don't get it. You don't see him for how it is.
No, terrible.
Yeah, because honestly, I do feel that some of the guys I have dated like could be like if I saw in the news like kills like someone, I would be like, yeah,
Yeah, that's
that
feasible.
sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. Truly, I see these women now that like will be like, oh my god, Ted. You know that those women that came forward, they were like, oh my god, Ted Bundy tried to kill me, but then they escaped.
Yeah, or like I
That's so
dated
me.
Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Imagine
crazy.
being one of the people that Ted Bundy didn't
Imagine
kill.
his
He really liked me.
ex-wife. Imagine his ex-wife who he was married to. He had a
had a
baby
wife?
with her. He had a wife and had a child, and he didn't kill her. Weird though. Why are you picking and choosing who you're killing?
Imagine if your dad was Ted Bundy though.
Yeah,
That's
crazy,
wild.
isn't it? I mean,
Was he like Jeffrey Dahmer, or was he like just kind of
Ted
killed
Bundy
them?
just killed like the women and like left them in like so sad.
Well, that's the thing about Jeffrey Dahmer. He was gay, right?
He was gay. He would
See,
go
the
to the gay
gays are
clubs,
more
but he
creative.
also chopped. Yeah. Well, yes. Well, yeah.
At least he did something with it. Like he had a story.
Do you know, he was
I
a
reckon
villain in
afterwards he was like, I ate with that one.
he quite literally ate.
Like, quite
And
literally
he ate, and he ate. He did eat. This is the thing. Like, I feel like Ted Bundy. It was just a bit like boring. It was like, I don't know if we can put this in. It's a bit insensitive towards family, isn't it? But it's
I
true.
mean-
But it's true. But do you know what? I love like horror films that have like a story to it. You know, at the end when you're like,
Yeah.
when it turns out that you know when you find out who the killer is, and you're, oh my god, I had no idea that it was them.
Yeah.
Because some of them I can predict it. I'm like, so obvious, it's that person. And I do like the corny ones. Like I like the Halloweens and Nightmare on Elm Street. I like the corny films.
Oh yeah.
But I do believe that I would not survive because I'm so I'm too
Yeah.
trusting.
I feel like I'm
the,
out in the second act.
Yeah.
I think I'd try and make it. I don't think I'm making it to the. I'm
Please
not the
don't kill
one.
me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel.
No, literally. But the blondes never make it through to the sequel. It's
No.
always the pretty brunette who's like kind of quirky.
Yeah, they're like Elena Gilbert.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's never,
Yeah.
basic bitch.
The basic one who's like, and she's like, she like dresses like, and she's like, no guys, like we shouldn't play with this kind of stuff. Like she is always the one that like, she's the one as well. She's like somehow knows like how to like do like woodwork and like she creates like a, she'll
change a flat tire.
She's the one that's like somehow like takes control of the situation and like is like, right, we need to get a bandage for his arm. If you apply enough pressure to it, then they won't bleed out. I'm like, how do you know this?
Like she reads books.
She knows first aid.
Do you know what I mean? Like she's she's a dick.
Yeah, the final girl is always like a bit of a know-it-all and a bit.
Yeah, I want to see the party.
But then the ones that go. But then my character in it, like the blonde with fake boobs, she's always a dumb bitch. She is so dumb. She's like, she'll always say to the like girl that ends up like being the last one. She'll always be like, oh my god, you get scared too easily. Like, you know, she'll always be the one that's like taking the piss out of the ghost. I'm like, you kind of had it coming.
She's literally at the end of it. She's the Kristen Stewart. She's like, well, I'm. My friend that I didn't even like died. Like,
yeah, she don't care. And this is the thing. I'm like, why are you friends with these people? She's always the one where I think,
like, she doesn't wear skirts because it's too girly. Like,
she's
such
and
a
like
knob.
it is always like the reunion, like their meet up after they haven't seen each other in like 5 years. You know what I mean? And they're all very different. There's like a jock. There's like the bimbo, the really nerdy one, like the one that's really good with like tech, and then there's like always that bitch that's like too good for everyone. I mean, she's and there's always a guy who's obsessed with her and they can't be together or something. Her boyfriend who's obsessed with her and she hates him and he ends up being like the villain or something. I just know horror films now.
I did it all because I love you. Like all that stuff.
I did all of this for you.
I wanted to be together.
Now we can be together.
Yes, they're so dramatic.
Yeah, true that. There's a reason it's always a final girl, not the final guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to see a horror movie where it's the twinkiest ass gay, and there's like bad bitch blonde girl with fake tits. At the end,
did we
like,
watch?
You all died. Like,
you all did not slay.
Like, it just the end credits are just them watching Trixie.
Did we watch They Them together?
No.
I watched this horror film called They Them. If you want to have a laugh, it's the funniest thing. It's about these kids at a conversion camp. Probably one of the worst horror films I've ever seen in my life because it's so bad. But like basically, there's like a killer and it kills all of the like people at the camp, but not the like gay people and the like people at the conversion camp. There's people that work there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know it's kind of a slay, but it was just like actually hilarious that they called the film They Them. Oh dear.
Oh, that's so funny. Imagine if the killer was non-binary. The non-binary killer.
No, imagine they go, he's the killer. And she's like, actually,
it's they.
Actually, my pronouns are they, them.
It's just like the gay. There's like the fucking gays. In the
and this is why I did it because you were always using the brief.
Do you know what? I'd love to see a transgender killer being like,
all
of her like
bootsing the house down.
Literally, like it would be like her with a knife walking in like Louboutins, like these motherfuckers don't like genuinely so iconic.
Like womanizer by Britney Spears. Superstar, where you from? How's it going?
And then she's like twirling the knife.
Yeah, she's like doing tricks with it. Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I love it. Absolutely.
God.
No, I feel like we'd both be out in a horror film. We wouldn't make it to the sequel.
So we've got some Halloween spooky bedtime stories for you. Ooh. All right. Oh, I've got a dating story first. Last year, I went to Shocktoberfest in Sussex with the guy I was dating. It's one of those horror maze events, and I thought it would be a cute date. I'd be able to scream and cuddle into him and make him feel all manly, but no, it turned out to be the worst date of my life.
Shit.
Ooh. There was this one maze that was chainsaw themed, and just as I thought I was going to make it through unscathed, a man with a fake chainsaw came out of nowhere. Instead, no. Instead of doing the cute scream and hug thing, I actually shit myself. Right in the middle of the maze. Girl, I was wearing skinny jeans. And of course, I didn't bring a change of clothes. To make things worse, his phone died, so I had to call my own Uber and travel back to London in my shitty jeans. Fucking shocked that she even got an Uber, to be honest. The next day, I texted him, and to a surprise, he didn't respond. I hope you have a better Halloween than me. Well, I mean, I don't think that's difficult.
Girl, that is so embarrassing.
I would
I
move
would
to
actually-
the end of the earth.
I would honestly
Change my number, change my name,
Yeah.
everything.
completely change my identity, move to an island, and like.
This is the thing. Honestly, that's new fear unlocked. I'm definitely never doing a scare maze ever again. 100% now.
Also, who still wears skinny jeans?
I mean, I actually
I'm
do.
not joking, but like that is actually really bad.
No, a skinny jeans are coming back.
Hold on,
mark my
shitting
words.
yourself because of a fake chainsaw is crazy.
But also
I
just
don't
shitting
get
yourself.
how people shit
shitting
themselves,
no,
though.
neither. I don't get how people
Like,
shit
how does your
themselves.
arsehole just get that loose when you get scared? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like if anything.
Like a fart or something, fair enough.
No, but like, I feel
I've
like
definitely
if anything, my
farted on
arsehole
accident.
clenches if I get scared. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. No, maybe she was just that terrified.
God.
Christ.
Get it together.
That is, I mean, I thank you so much for sharing that. And yeah,
but
I understand why you want to stay anonymous, by the way, as well, because that is fucking horrendous.
turns out it was actually Lottie that did this.
Yeah, it was actually me.
It was
Yeah,
actually you.
me. Oh my god, someone's got a story. Like, I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy, and it's just a blank sheet of paper. Here's an actual story we have to give advice on. My girlfriend dragged me to a Halloween costume contest last year, and we lost to a couple dressed as ketchup and mustard. That's shit. She's been salty ever since. I like that. That's funny. And now she's obsessed with coming up with a winning costume for this year. Any ideas? Harry.
I mean, this one's pretty fucking stellar.
Yeah. This one's a good one. Shock and a victim. What's a good one?
I think maybe like the two, maybe a vicar and a nun, if you don't want to offend people.
Yeah.
I think it's quite funny to go.
Oh,
as,
do
like,
you know what? Pam Anderson and then a lifeguard, like a lifeguard and you know what I mean,
Yes,
from like Baywatch.
That's good.
It's a cute one.
Maybe like something like I don't know.
Charlie and Troy.
Charlie and Troy. Romeo and Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
White Chicks.
White Chicks
is fucking.
That's a funny one, actually. Yeah.
White Chicks is really.
And that
good.
would be really funny to do with your partner as well, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. My
Rita?
boyfriend and I just moved into a new flat and we're both convinced it's haunted. We were excited about this place, but now we're dealing with things like windows opening on their own, strange noises at night, and objects moving around. That is honestly my idea of heaven. I would love if my house did that. We didn't sign up for this and it's starting to really unsettle us. What do you even do when you bought a flat and realise it might be haunted? Lucy. Sure, she's from Brighton and it makes sense. It makes
She's
sense
from Brighton.
Brighton has actually got a lot of haunted houses, like a lot of, I remember I had a friend that lived in Brighton, and when I was younger, she lived in a haunted house. It was proper haunted. They had people in that were coming in to like try and get the ghost out, but the ghost was like quite friendly. It wasn't like, but I honestly, I think if it's not harming you, who cares?
I mean, if you're really bothered, like get some sage.
I think if it's not doing anything wrong, maybe it's just trying to be like, hey,
Just like maybe like try and do a little seance, like get to know the ghost, find out their name, kind of just
do a Ouija board.
Maybe not.
Really?
I don't really fuck with Ouija boards.
Do
Have
you
you
know,
ever
I've
done
heard
one?
you don't, but like, nah.
You've heard I
never-
don't.
No, I just heard you don't
So-
fuck with them, but
No,
I.
you're not really not meant to.
Yeah, but no, I mean, yeah, I just think it's harmless if it's not doing anything actually wrong.
Yeah, like just live with the ghost.
Yeah. And our last one. I'm a crazy bitch for doing this, but I just have to share. I love crazy bitches. Last Halloween, I dressed up as my ex-boyfriend's ex. Ah!
That is so
wins.
iconic.
That wins.
That is so
You won
brilliant.
Halloween
That's
forever.
amazing.
That's fucking hilarious.
That is terrifying as well.
Full on, copied her style, hair, makeup, everything. I even studied her Instagram to get the details right. When he saw me, he face dropped. She did this when she was with him. She did this when she was with him. When he saw me, his face dropped and he dumped me at that party. Have you ever done something this unhinged, Emily? No,
He
honestly.
dumped you.
Sure, obviously. Are you joking?
I think that's funny.
No, that's weird.
What would you do if you
to be
saw
fair,
like one of your ex-boyfriends had dressed up, like their new girlfriend had dressed up as you for Halloween?
I would dress as my ex-boyfriend for Halloween. I don't know if I'd dress as his ex-girlfriend though.
You would dress up as your ex-boyfriend for Halloween?
Yeah, that's funny.
You just need to get drunk as fuck then.
I just need to
Depends
draw.
which one it
I
is.
need to draw more face tattoos on my face and then just like,
Yeah.
or get more on my arm.
What? Moles and warts in your arm?
More on my arm and more on my legs.
I thought you said moles and warts in your arm then. I was like, wow.
Wouldn't be
you're
surprised, to
angry.
be honest. No, wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah.
That's funny
No,
as
that
shit.
I think that's quite unhinged actually. I think that's a bit much. But like honestly hilarious.
She's definitely got does she say her name?
Emily.
Emily, you've got a little bit of a screw loose, babe. Maybe therapy, but good for you.
Because
That's
I
like-
would
With your boyfriend, it's
I would
kinda
understand doing it. I would understand doing it if they weren't together, like doing his ex-girlfriend when that's already your ex, that's quite jokes. But when he's your boyfriend, I think that's a little bit weird.
little bit weird. Yeah.
Little bit unhinged. Love you though, babes. Actually fucking hilarious.
I do fuck with her.
She's
She's
one
definitely
Halloween.
fun on a night out.
I think that's a great note to end the show on, honestly.
Really good idea. Really good note to end the show on.
Thank you so much for coming on again.
Thank you for having me again.
I love it.
I had such a fun time. Always.
I did too. I'm sorry for taking your leg.
Well,
Break a
do you
leg,
know
as they
what?
say.
No, now I get a lovely. Do you know what? All I want to say to you, Lottie.
There you go.
Do you know, I'm going to say
Here's
one
your
thing
leg
to
back.
you. You may want to say that I'm fake. You may want to say that I'm full of lies,
You
but
are.
I've got this to say. The only thing fake about me is this!
Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and follow for more fucked up, crazy shit.
Love you guys.